Well, people, they got it done. They finally got the peace deal done. And some might say, well, Pearson, you're a day late and a dollar short. Well, I wanted to observe some things. I am a day late, but you're wrong about the dollar. It's probably like $1 million. I think it's called algorithm. But I digress. You know, people, I'm going to go for a walk after this because I got to cleanse myself because I was able to see something before it happened. And if you guys could go inside my skull and see these wheels spinning as to what I see many times before I do a video, it will be mind-blowing. And if you could hear some of the conversations I had with myself and other people, of which one day I might do, just put the conversation out there. Sometimes those conversations by myself or with other people are better than the decodes I give you. God is moving in a mysterious way. And he moves in a mysterious way because that's his nature. As you get older, you can appreciate it. God is so vast, he as far as from east is from west and north is from south. And when he put the tree of the knowledge of good and evil in the garden, I believe that's just a drop of what everything that God contains. I want you to understand what I just said. I believe that when God put the tree in the garden, and it's the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, that's just a drop of how vast God is. And again, he works in a mysterious way. He wants us to learn of him and learn of his nature. And in time, as we live long enough, again, we can appreciate it. The art of the deal, so to speak, was signed yesterday, June 17th of 2026. And again, I waited. I'm actually crying inside as I do the video here because I know what's coming. Many of you all know I've shown my receipts. I've been covering this thing ever since I was an adult. That's a long time. Close to 50 years, I have been covering the Middle East. It's mind-blowing to sit here and say that to you, but it's mind-blowing. But it's a journey, and it's going to come to an end. It's all fabricated. And the clock, believe it or not, it started ticking in a very bizarre way the day they signed for this thing. So stay prayerful. Know that the Lord is coming soon. I know we got to get right, stay right, get ready for the flight. The glory's in his story. He died for days like this. But Satan has created a Middle East crisis to make it a world crisis, to help as a tool to draw us into the New World Order. That is the aim of it. So we're in it appears to be the final chapter of it. And it don't look good. So before I started the video, I thought about the British are coming. So let me bring you a brief video of about 1.5 minutes of what I did when we unalived Ayatollah Khomeini. Then I want to get into the nitty-gritty of yesterday in signing that peace deal and what it means going forward. To be clear about history, you got to go back to Paul Revere as he began his famous ride, his midnight ride. April 18, 1775, he set out from Boston to Lexington to warn John Hancock and Samuel Adams that British troops were marching to arrest them and seize colonial arms, an event that led to the first battles of the American Revolutionary War, April 18, 1775. On April 19, 1775, the battle began. April 19th, that's a big number. April 19th. Why? Because I discovered this the other day. Listen.
Let's look at this thing. April 19th, 1939. You remember that face? We took him out on the 28th of February.
April 19th, 1939. Ali Khomeini. February 28, 2026, we took him out. April 19th, that's his birthday. April 19th, 1775. Are we about to repeat history? Now look, that was Britain we were running from, right? Well, here's Elizabeth II. Look at her birthday. April 21st, 1926. April 21st, 2026 anniversary. February 28, 2026, we took out Ayatollah Khomeini. The difference is 74, like America. July 4th, right? That's her death date. And 8. Take 9/8/2026, anniversary of her birthday. 2/28/2026, we took out Khomeini. The difference is 6/14. What is that? That's Trump's birthday. July 4th, 1776, we finally separated from Britain. February 28, 2026, we took out Khomeini. The difference is 9/11 and 84. 9/11 like New York. Believe it or not, Barack Obama was born August 4th. We're going to repeat it. And that's a golden video. And I'm smiling because when you see what I'm about to show you now, you reflect on this. It's almost the same thing. Paul Revere. D. Paul Revere. Now listen to these summations and we'll break it down.
Of questions around Israel, and in fact, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu gave a press conference just within the last hour or so where he did appear to distance himself from the agreement, and he called it reportedly Trump's decision. I believe this conference was in Hebrew, so I'm reading a translation. And he said, quote, "I did not err, and we have defined our goal, which is to remove the existential nuclear threat from Israel." Stephen, what's your reaction to Netanyahu's comments and Israel's position in all of this?
Yeah, this is about as best as Prime Minister Netanyahu can do at this point.
I'm not going to get into it. I just want to play what he said because I want you to understand what's going on. It's not even good cop, bad cop. You got major people involved in this thing, but somebody not satisfied. At that point, it won't work. Do you understand? This video just came out 9 hours ago. 9 hours ago, it just came out. Fresh. Now listen to this.
Iran's supreme leader has publicly responded to the deal with America for the first time, saying he wasn't in favor of it. Let's get straight out to our Washington correspondent, Jonathan Kersey, who joins us live now. Hello to you, Jono. Why did the Ayatollah ultimately back this arrangement?
This is a really fascinating insight from Ayatollah Mojtaba Khamenei. Again, we haven't heard his voice or seen him in front of the camera, and that's been the case ever since the conflict started back in February when his father, the then Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, was killed. But essentially what Mojtaba Khamenei is doing here is putting it on the president of Iran, Masoud Pezeshkian, who, along with Donald Trump yesterday, signed the Memorandum of Understanding that Vice President Nader Vance says now comes into effect today being day one of the 60-day negotiations. But this is some of what Ayatollah Mojtaba Khamenei had to say in a statement that was issued through Iranian state media. He said, "I, in principle, had a different opinion, but due to the commitment that the Honourable President, as the head of the Supreme National Security Council, gave on behalf of himself and other members to uphold the rights of the Iranian nation and the resistant front and explicitly accepted responsibility for it, I issued permission for it. So that is somewhat of an extraordinary statement.
So it's signed. And the deal is done. Or is it? Here he is. He's supposed to be leaving. I reported a couple weeks ago, he's supposed to be leaving any day now, unless he changed it. I want you to check out his birthday. This is going to blow your mind. 9/29, 1954. 9/29, 1954. You subtract 9/29, well, if you take 9/29, 2026, his birthday coming up, subtracted from yesterday, June 17th, you get 316. You know 316 is sacrifice. It also comes out to 313. Most don't know, but on March 13th of 2013, Pope Francis became the Pope. Sacrifice like Jesus, John 3:16, he sacrificed his life, hallelujah. But a sacrifice, that's what's coming. There ain't no deal. There's going to be a new religious system. The war will be the sacrifice. Trump will be gone. He's not going to take a nap. He's just gone. Finished what he's done. Ruining everything. He set us up for a global takedown. Economically, militarily, it's over with. It's over with. And that's what the numbers are doing. They're speaking. But they echo from the past. And God gave this to me 2 minutes before I started the video. The connection of the birthday of Paul Revere comes out to Israel 5:14. And Israel ain't hearing this. It's deep. Trump's birthday, 6/14, 1946. Take Trump's birthday right here from the guy who just signed from Israel's president. I'm sorry, Iran's president. That's his birthday. 9/29, 1954. Their birthdays are 8 years and 3/21 apart. 3/21. Also 107 days. Now you might ask, of course, what is 3/21? I took the guy from Iran who signed the peace deal and subtracted it from Trump's birthday and got 3/21. On 3/21, that's when Persia changed their name to Iran. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. Want to see it again? Persia officially changed their name to Iran on that date right there. Part of the decode. Not only that, the day that Persia changed their name to Iran, right here, March 21st, 1935. Subtract that from yesterday's date, 6/17 the signing. You get 91 years and 88. What's Trump's text number? 88022. Hello. Now, let's go back to that. We had 107, right? Y'all probably know where I'm going with this. Welcome back, Carter? No, welcome back, Kamala Harris. That's her book. She coming back. When this thing fall, and when I say fall, it's gonna fall. White House, Capitol, probably a few cities. It's gonna be hell on earth. I've been following this thing for almost 50 years, y'all. I ain't got time to lie to y'all. I'm telling y'all, we gotta get right, get ready for the flight. We might go through some tribulation, but hey, we gotta get up out of here, man. She coming back. 107 Days is her book. Her book came out on 9/25 of 2025, right here. That's her book date. Yesterday's signing was June 17, 2026. That was 8 months and 24 days ago. What happened on 8/24? On 8/24? On 8/24, Britain burned down the White House.
1814, during the War of 1812, British forces marched straight into Washington, D.C. And what did they do? They torched the White House. President James Madison had already fled. First Lady Dolly Madison saved a portrait of George Washington, but that was all. The British entered, dined on the president's abandoned dinner, and then set the place ablaze. It wasn't just the White House. They burned the Capitol, the Treasury, even the Library of Congress. Why? Retaliation. Just weeks earlier, American troops had burned the Canadian city of York, modern-day Toronto. So the British brought fire right back to America's capital. A freak thunderstorm helped douse the...
That's what Iran gonna do. They're coming back. I don't know how it's gonna play out. Somebody gonna start some mess. There's too many factions over there. Israel not agreeing with it. Somebody say, come on, Jesus, in the chat. I feel you. I feel you. 1814, but it was August 24th. That's when it happened. Now look at this. June 22nd, 2025 is Operation Midnight Hammer. We bombed Iran that day. Subtracted from yesterday's peace signature, June 17th, 51 weeks ago and 4 days. What's 514 again? That's Israel's birthday, 514. Perfect decode, perfect decode. What else you got, Pearson? You really want to go back in history? I did a few of these videos within the last 3-4 months. Back in the day when I was covering the story, then Jimmy Carter of the United States, Anwar Sadat of Egypt, and Menachem Begin of Israel, they met at Camp David, and they also met again, and they signed what they call the peace accords, just like we just signed something yesterday. Now, what I want you to understand is that this guy here, let me show you. This guy here who signed, he's from Iran. He's the modern day Anwar Sadat. Okay? He's the modern day Anwar Sadat. So let me show you this here. This is him. He got ambushed. That's Egypt, that's Israel, that's America. I'm just telling you how the story goes.
Go and rode until my friend President Sadat and I signed the peace treaties.
Signed the peace treaty.
We promised each other that we shall do so within 3 months. Mr. President, tonight, at this celebration of a great historic event, let us promise each other that we shall do it earlier than within 3 months.
So they promised to do it in 3 months. And America's saying 6 months. I guess 6 months they're going to come back to the bargaining table, whatever. They got these stipulations and going on. People, it's a repeat of history, man. And I'm one of the few YouTubers. I'm probably the only YouTuber that has paperwork on this while I covered the stories. I just started out as a journalist at the time. I've been covering the story a long time. Now check this out. This guy's birthday, Anwar Sadat. Anwar Sadat was born December 25th, 1918. He's a Christmas baby, Anwar Sadat of Egypt. His death date is October 6th, 1981. And just like Paul Revere, he gonna speak from the grave. Watch this. 10/6/81 is his death date. Right there, Anwar Sadat. He was ambushed for signing the peace treaty. Yesterday, they signed the peace treaty yesterday here, June 17th. That was 44 years ago. Who's the 44th president? Barack Obama. And what is 254? I said, what is 254? The 254th day of the year. Don't you tell me history don't repeat. Somebody say good God in the chat. Come on, man, I got goosebumps behind this one. Woo! It's just like the first video I brought you. 9/11/84. All over again. Telling you. What day did Jimmy Carter and Egypt and Israel sign this thing? 9/17 1978. They signed it then. What you got here, Pearson? What you doing? I don't know what I'm doing with this last one. Where did that come from? 326. 326, what you got there? Oh. They signed the last one on March 26, 1979. March 26, 1979. Egypt, Israel, peace treaty. Okay. March 26, 1979, right there. Yesterday's date, peace treaty, 6/17/2026. The difference is 47 years ago. Barack Obama was born August 4th. Am I alive or what? What? Let me show it again, then I'm gonna stop. President Jimmy Carter, Israel Prime Minister Menachem Begin, and Egyptian President Anwar Sadat signed the historic Egypt-Israel peace treaty. March 26, 1979. March 26, 1979. Yesterday was June 17, 2026. Trump is the 47th president. Barack Obama was born August 4th. Just say praise the Lord. Please. This is my purpose. This is my calling. I'm embracing it. I don't feel like I'm real. I feel like I'm on loan from another planet. I never asked for the gift. It was just given to me. And the things that God helps me put together, these are once in a lifetime decodes, and you know it. So please, make the Lord your shepherd. Make him your King of Kings. Jesus died. He died and he rose and he's victorious. And he wants us all to be victorious. He said, well, I go to prepare a place for you, not made by hand. He's coming again. Because they about to make this WAR real. So they can throw us into terror and collapse the economy, and God knows whatever else the hell they're gonna do it. But we're gonna have to hold on to God's unchanging hand. We're just gonna have to get right, because the glory's in the story, and that's the only story we know. That's the truth. Do you understand? God be with you. God bless you. I love you. Thank you.